We are anointed to bless. We are anointed to change lives. We are anointed. We came with heaven. Oh, glory to God. God doesn't want your best. He's not asking you for your best. He is asking you for what he wants. What he wants. He determines what he wants. I mean, right from the book of Genesis, you remember reading about Cain and Abel? All right? Cain offered to God what, as far as he was concerned, was his best. But God said, that's not what I'm asking for. In the law, God also determined certain things you couldn't give to him. If you were a dealer in camels and horses, you couldn't give God any of those ones for sacrifices, even though you were a big-time dealer in camels and horses. He didn't want them for sacrifices. He was very clear. So if you were going to give God a tithe of your camels, he said no. He didn't want any camels. He didn't want any horses. That's it with God. He asked for something else. He asked for sheep, goats. He didn't ask anyone to give him a camel or a horse for a sacrifice. Why? He said they're unclean animals. Ceremonially unclean. So it doesn't matter that you're trying, doing your best, not sleeping at night anymore because, this thing just got to be done. And you are putting in everything and God is seeing your hard work. Question, is this what God said you should do? Is this the way he said you should do it? That's the simple question. Okay, as a tithe, as a church, you take the tithe and use it to pay your rent. You are wondering why financial frustration is coming to the church. You say, but Lord, we had to pay the rent. That is the point. These are the things that God is teaching you and telling you that you are wrong. Imagine if all the brethren in the church use their tithe to pay their rents, to pay their bills, and whatever else. And they came to church and you said, let's give our tithes and offerings. And they all did like this. And after all the singing, nobody gave tithes. And you said, I noticed that no one gave tithes last week. So I want to know why. You start with brother so-and-so. He stands up to say, actually, Pastor, the reason I didn't pay my tithe was because I was owing on my rent. I knew I just had to pay because my landlord said he was going to throw us out. To the other one, see, social organization seized my car. The government seized it. I parked it in the wrong place, and I didn't have anything else, or just my tithe I had to use it to pay to release my car to be able to come to church. Okay. The other one, what happened to you? My son's school fees were due, and there was no money. I kept the tithe. I wanted to pay it on Sunday, but lo and behold, they drove him away from school. I had to pay the fees. With what? The tithe. And you go round and round and round, and the brethren are giving you all this. Do you know what you're doing? That is the kind of church you are raising without knowing. The pastor who uses his tithe to do all those things. That is the kind of church you are raising. They just haven't showed up yet. And you find the first sign will be financial strangulation of the church. They don't have enough money to do the things they need to do. Not enough money, not enough money, not enough money. You start wondering what's happening. Question. Did you do what God said you should do with the tithe? No, you didn't. Listen, church growth and financial prosperity are not a mystery. If you have made them a mystery in your personal life and in the church, it's your problem. Bible says, the liberal soul shall be made fat, period. It says, there is he that holdeth back more than is due, and it tended to penury. Which means as you are holding back, even where you kept it, it will be reducing. How? Go and find out. So it tended to penury. One of the reasons I intend talking to you about several things during this week, and I really want to talk to you about your finances as well. And I hope that we can have enough time for all the things we need to discuss. Because I really want you to be financially buoyant. Yes, because I know that that's God's dream for you. And you know, when people have a good message and they don't have the money to take it on, it's terrible. Very sad. But that happens again and again to many people. They have a good message. If you listen to them, they're wonderful. But the wherewithal to make it known is not there. And that is the way Satan has strangulated many of God's ministers for so many years. Because even though they have a good message, there are just some simple things they need to do, and they will not do to position themselves accurately. The day you get your freedom, you will know. You'll be glad. When you become free to no longer see yourself according to the money you have in a certain place. When you become free from yourself, free from your mind, it will be a great day. Because, you know, you can hold yourself in bondage. And many have kept themselves in some kind of bondage. It's not Satan. We're not dealing with Satan here. We're talking about just you. You and your walk with God. Think God's thoughts. Don't think foolish thoughts. Think God's thoughts. Fill your mind with God's thoughts.